I was actually, I was very reluctant to get into the whole social media thing back in 2010. So the Wall Street Journal, I was writing for them at that time, and the bureau chief said, you know, you should consider going on Twitter. It might be useful for you. And I said, well, you know, I just don't have the time and the patience, and I don't quite know how to use it. And I was very reluctant, and then I got onto it, and I wasn't really capitalizing on the medium. And then in the lead up to the 2014 elections, I saw there was a lot of facts were being contested, and I wasn't even aware of the fact that there could be this, there was this vibrant alternate narrative out there that just wasn't getting the space it deserved, the attention it deserved in the mainstream space. And so it challenged all of my biases. It forced me to get out of my comfort zone. It forced me to question. And then, you know, I've just, and then since then, I've just basically been using that, that template in continuing my activity on social media. So, you know, whether it is calling out media bias, which is the bulk of what I do on Twitter, calling out spin and propaganda, some of you know, manufactured controversies. And all of these, I think, as Vivek Agnihotri mentioned yesterday, social media is the new dissenter, and I completely agree with that, because finally, for the first time at least in my life, I'm no longer writing letters to the editor and asking them, you know, why is it that, you know, what's wrong, you know, I have an issue with this story, and could you clarify what's going on here? I can just directly take it up with the editor on Twitter, and you know, and just challenge them directly, and you know, they respond. That's great. If they don't, then that speaks volumes. Their silence speaks volumes, and I think that's you know, I think that's been hugely important in the current discourse.
That's great.